Does this show have a name?
Does it have a name? Not yet. We have yet to decide on one.
That's okay. Welcome to the stream. Andrew, would you like to introduce yourself and what you do as far as I don't know, things?
My name is Andrew. I am a writer and an actor living here in LA. Have a regular day job to pay those bills. Any other details you'd like for me to share?
How have you how are we acquainted? How did we become friends besides the wonderful glory that is anime?
We met at the Halloween party, and we both are avid fans of the real life non-anime show, The Mighty Boosh.
Although honestly, it
probably because you were dressed up as a future sailor, and I was the only person at the party who understood that reference.
Yes.
And so over that, the conversation grew, and now we're reviewing My Hero Academia.
All right. So this was episode 60-something.
60-something. I don't know. I've lost count. There's just so many.
So for those of you guys who are just tuning in, we will be talking about the most recent episode of My Hero Academia. Part two. Well, this is part 2 of the same. This is an ongoing. It's been officially been established that this is a very, very long fight. We just had round 2.
Part 1 was literally every single episode. When it says Deku and Kacchan versus, and now all the episodes, including the battles against the other schools, everything, that was all part of part 1.
That was all part 1.
Now we get to start part 2.
Yeah. So we're currently in part 2.
Exactly.
So this is part 2 going forward. Got it. What did you think?
Solid. I think that the release of information. Are we allowed to do spoilers?
Oh no, absolutely.
Okay.
Spoiler warning, official spoiler warning for the YouTubes and the Twitch.
Yes.
We are going to be talking about everything. So if you have not watched the episode, shame on you. It's been up for a day.
Exactly. I thought that Kacchan's saying that he felt responsible was the first time we have ever in the entire show seen him actually take responsibility for his actions.
For anything.
Really. Because anytime that anybody tries to point something out to him about himself or whatever,
something goes wrong,
he always finds a way to combat it and knock it away. But this is the first time where he himself was like, I feel responsible.
Yeah.
When it wasn't even his fault, obviously, but he feels like he's the one, and it's the first time that we ever get to see just a little bit of vulnerability, which is great.
And it also before, I feel like we just knew he was a hothead, he was aggressive, he was physical,
he was explosive.
But now, anyway, no, it was cool to see because he has now we know why he is the way he is, because he is one of those people that can only handle all of his emotions and I'm not meaning this is not a negative way, I mean, even though most of the time it does come out of this, in a violent, mostly physical. No,
he takes he takes out his emotions out into the world and not allow them to he doesn't ruminate on them, he doesn't sit on them, he doesn't allow them to knee
jerks a lot.
Yeah, he's very knee jerkish.
Yeah, but it was really cool to see that that all of his outbursts are rooted. They're rooted in something. We don't even know what they are, but they're
for him personally. Yeah, he has very strong emotion. He just doesn't know how to not turn it away from other people. He needs to learn how, at least from a personal human standpoint.
I think he needs to learn how to stop and breathe for 10 seconds before he does
this whole episode. It was just even in the fight, he wasn't giving him a moment to breathe
or to respond Deku didn't have a chance to say anything.
Well, he said it in the fight. He's like, I don't even have a chance to react. I can't. The way that I fight, where I analyze my opponent and I get in there and I get into the nitty-gritty of their strategy and stuff, he's not even giving me a chance to do that, so now I just have to go, Like the first thought that I had was Ultra Instinct in Dragon Ball. I was like, is this his new mode? Like he's gonna go like some crazy, new whatever. But no, it was great. It was a great fight. I liked that he didn't win.
My computer just froze.
Oh, that's great.
That's really good. We're back in action. Mm-hmm. All right, so where do we leave off?
Shoot.
There are a lot of people now who know
his secret.
Yeah.
Way too many people.
Too many people. I mean, it's not just his secret, it's All Might's secret. It's and the predecessor, and like it's because we have Recovery Girl, the principal, All Might, Kacchan, Gran Torino. Mm-hmm. Gran Torino knows.
Gran Torino has to know.
And Dave. You don't know Dave, but Dave knows.
I don't know Dave.
You have to go watch the My Hero Academia movie. Which thank you to Funimation for taking me out to go see that. I had a great time. It was good. And go check that out. The dub comes out. It's a limited theater release. I think it comes out next month in a couple weeks. But yeah, just go Google it. You'll find it.
It's probably going to be on like Crunchyroll or something too.
At one point, I would imagine so. Mm-hmm. I would think so. Too many people know. No, in my opinion.
I mean, that opens it up though for later villainous action. Like the first thought that I had when we were watching it, when you said like, wow, like way too many people know. Mm-hmm. Even Kacchan says in the episode, he's like it's too risky for me to say anything. Like there's no reason for me to say anything because it's too risky. Mm-hmm. And I think that recognition is sort of a foreshadowing of one of those individuals may break or may be broken to reveal that secret, and then they go after. I think that's at least like story wise. I think that's the next possible what we could be heading towards in regards to they talk about the next big three in the school and all that kind of stuff, but I think that overall major arc of the story, mm-hmm. someone who knows about Deku's secret is going to either slip up
or sell him out
or get caught by the villains and tortured until they reveal who's All Might's. Because when you think about it, mm-hmm. in the episode where All Might is sitting down with All for One. Right? Yeah. And he's talking about creating this person who's going to succeed him.
Yeah.
Right? So what would be that person's goal? To find out who the new All Might is, right?
Yeah, and my thing is just everyone has their own purpose, but it's I don't know, it's kind of a trope of having the arch enemy is passed down from generation to generation to generation. Wait, because can All for One give? Because All for One can take and give powers.
He can give.
Can he give his power of giving and taking?
I want to know if he can. If his ultimate ability would be to give away his
give and take power.
His literally just sacrifice himself to give his powers to somebody else, and that's totally possible. That's totally. I could see that happening down the line. Yeah. Ultimately.
Bakugo's obsession with All Might. I feel like this is the first time we really got to see him, his admiration for All Might, mm-hmm. and what All Might's favoritism towards mm-hmm. Midoriya has done to him personally.
Yeah.
Where he's looking for approval from his character. He's trying to prove himself and blah blah blah, and he doesn't get that because All Might has been focusing, and rightfully so, mm-hmm. all of his energies into Midoriya because he's I need to make sure that I don't mess this up.
Well, he said, and they did the flashback where he's saying I am going to surpass you. It's a goal of his since a child. He always looked up to All Might. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that you want to do, at least in his perspective, is mm-hmm. he wants to be the next, not the next All Might, but he wants to be the face of heroism
and peace and justice
and all that
which
stuff,
is very strange for someone like Bakugo
who's hyper violent and super destructive.
When whenever he fights anyone, he says die,
and everything's blowing up. I mean, even the fight
injustice.
in here,
he wants injustice to die
exactly
all the time. He's very passionate about it. No, yeah, that was, and then it was really, and then he's seeing, like, he feels like he's being overshadowed by Midoriya, but when Midoriya, even to this day, feels like he's in the shadow of...
Oh yeah, no, he's still trying to catch up.
And as you can see, the end of the fight, he's still in his shadow, like...
Exactly.
Bakugo is the better...
Of the two.
Yeah. And he's just doing it off of like raw, like you said, like raw strength,
emotion,
everything.
Lots of sweat.
He's gonna start fine tuning that.
Lots of sweat.
He's doing it off of lots of hard work and sweat.
I mean, that's his quirk. That was something I was gonna bring up. Is the fact that his quirk is he has glycerin in his sweat. So when he does like the explosions and everything, like the dude's got to be super sweaty. Like he's just got sweat everywhere. He's a sweaty which is probably good which is probably why he goes like all out all the time, because it's like I need to sweat. It helps his explosive power. That's why exactly.
Nah, dude, his power is sick. The animation for this fight was next level.
There were definitely some moments where you and I both were like, whoa.
Yeah, dude, like that was like I would have to say, as far as like watching a large amounts of anime, I'm pretty naive to most of things because I just don't really have time to. I have to pick and choose. But I would go to argue that like My Hero Academia has kind of become the gold standard for like what combat animation should be.
They pour their budget and their time into exactly the moments that require them.
Yes.
They don't spend too much money on just like basic things happening hither and thither, and like you could do that with the show, but I think that when it really counts, especially in a fight like this,
and the big moments, they're just like
big moments really are extremely impactful, and there doesn't feel like there's any loss when it comes to the animation style. Like I know that, like I remember the Naruto Pain fight.
Dude, yeah, or the Naruto Sasuke fight, the first one.
Yeah, where I don't know, like things, they spent so much energy and money into like that one fight, and then it kind of goes back to this. And I feel like that this show does a really great job of creating a healthy standard overall. And then when something really is important and they're trying to really punch a point and allow the audience to understand the emotion of what's happening, that's when they decide we're gonna give a little extra love. Like the last punch
and
when he grabs,
and then the spin move that he does with the kick. Oh my god, the 3-7-20 tornado kick he does. Oh my god, brilliant. That was so good.
But that's what makes the show memorable. That's what makes this episode memorable, is those simple additions.
The shirt like bending around his body because he's spinning.
Yeah,
just so good.
Great.
Speaking of Naruto, this, like, at the beginning of the episode, and last week, I felt like this was going to be, like, the same type of, like,
it's going to be a Sasuke
Naruto. Like, a Sasuke Naruto, Vegeta, Goku. Yeah. And honestly, it is a little bit more Vegeta Goku than Sasuke Naruto.
Because they're both aiming I mean, obviously Vegeta was a villain in the beginning, but they're both now aiming towards a similar goal, and they're both comparing each other based on what they're capable of doing and what their skill level is.
Yeah, they are now pushing each other.
Exactly. But there was something a little different about it this time that I think worked. And I think it, like you look at the Sasuke Naruto fight, Sasuke was always angry at Naruto because he thought that Naruto had more.
Yeah, because
he hated the village, he hated his his brother, blah blah, and like all that nonsense. I mean, there's that whole. There was
Sasuke had a lot of lies to work through.
Yeah. But I think that what makes this dynamic just slightly different is that, and it is a little closer to that Goku Vegeta, is they still recognize each other's friendship and each other's past, and so now
they've also grown up together too.
Growing up together, and thing. Like the fact that Bakugo Kachan, that he looks at Deku and says, "Okay, you were nothing. You were always in my shadow, and I now feel like the one person who I looked up to chose you. so I have to be better than you
Yeah.
in order to be better than
to be recognized
by the person who I admire.
Yeah.
And Midoriya is like,
what?
What?
He's in there going, what? What are you talking about?
I just need to be the best. Like, I'm going to be the next All Might, and that means I have to be better than you.
Yeah, it's just like, no, but the thing is, like, that he also looked up to Akachan growing up as a kid, and it's just like, he's so cool, he's got this power, blah, 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 like, he's so strong, and, like, I could go into that relationship a little bit, how warped that is about, like, looking up to essentially a bully.
A bully. You're the person who abuses you.
Yeah, but that's a different time for a different day, but it's just like, man, relationships really do come down to communication.
I think that what they have going for them in this particular instance of two individuals fighting against each other, rallying towards that point, is that their competitive nature is still rooted in something very deeply connected to each other, right? It's because of their childhood, because of them growing up together and being around each other, and he was kind of an asshole growing up and like beating him up, and she was treating him really, really terribly. Yeah. But that sort of was because as he got older, because he was quirkless, it was easier to pick on him, and he's also letting out all of his emotions on. Like they sort of diverged in different paths, but they still have their childhood that They did have a good childhood at one point. We see images of them actually being friends when they're very, very They were
young.
still kind of, like, they would still, I mean, he would still kind of pick on him, but it was more of, like, in a loving way rather than, like
an older brother type of thing.
Yeah, and that's something that ultimately they have, and that dynamic has weaved and shifted and all that kind of stuff up into a higher point, obviously, now. But that foundation is what makes this instance of this, the I don't know what you would call it, the brothers who are competitive, I guess would be sort of the trope.
Yeah. Well, and like it was just at the end of the episode, they are now critiquing each other.
Exactly.
They're now, it's like, hey, like Midoriya's like, so did I do, like, what can I work on? He was like, even when you're fast, you're still like telegraphing your movements. It's like right now your speed is making up for that, but it's not
like, but that punch made me mad.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. Like that's actual progress towards like. I feel like at some point they're gonna do that full on team up and just rock. And the thing is, I mean, All Might even like I think there was foreshadowing. I think in my mind is this where it's just like. I don't think when we get down the line towards the end of the series, it's not going to be like one of them being the best. It's going to be them working together to be the best. Like the best.
We're not going to have one symbol piece. We're going to have two. Yeah, and that's going to be that would be great.
He was only ever using 5%.
Yeah. No, yeah, he was only using 5%. And then like this episode, he was like, I really got into it, and I ended up bumping it up to 8%.
You're like,
not to 15, not to 20, just 3 more percent.
3%. I'm just gonna kick it up a little bit, notch.
My god!
But I think the recognition though of when he said like, I've been using 5% this whole time. And I've been using my legs, and I'm going to put 8% of my power into my legs, but that doesn't mean
I can't use 5% of my arms.
The reason that I haven't been exerting my arms and stuff is like that was to protect them, but I can still 5% my arms, and he can still throw a pretty mean punch, and that was one of the things that surprised Bakugo and what made him angry.
Well, and it's going to be great for his fighting style because it's like he's no longer just a leg fighter. It's like he can use. Like he get
not to his fullest potential, but he can still use it.
But it's like in boxing. It's like your jab is going to be weaker than your cross. But it's just like you still have that. You can antagonize.
He has that tool in his tool
box,
kit, belt, whatever. He has the ability to use that, and it's what allowed him to catch Bakugo off guard, I guess. Was keeping him he keeps thinking like he's like, oh, I have the advantage in the air, and it's like, no, you don't, because I have my arms, and he's like, oh crap.
Wait, he has 2 other appendages.
Exactly.
And then I just want to hit because I think we're closing in on 20-ish minutes. One of the biggest things that I think that Midoriya was desperately missing was someone to share the secret with. he needed someone to
outside
confide
of
in.
Outside
of All Might.
The people who know, he needed to have somebody close to him.
And someone who can protect themselves and protect that secret.
Yeah, to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
I still think, like you said, there's too many people. I just wonder if at some point someone with some sort of telekinetic power or something is going to like dig in, like really dig in, and Bakugo's going to fight, and eventually it's going to be found out.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that would happen because Bakugo himself just too stubborn. Like, he's one of those guys where he's like, he's literally like the all or nothing to the, like, he works in extremes. He's like, I will die before giving up this information.
That's true. I feel like so many people are starting to gain this information. It's gonna catch up to them at some point. Somebody's going to take advantage of that. I really do. Yeah. If they don't, then
I think what's going to happen is someone's going to. I don't think it's going to be Bakugo, but I think someone's going to die protecting the secret, and that's going to cause a huge
ripple.
Yeah,
it'd be huge. I mean, it'd be one of the first times that we ever really see someone actually in the show, right?
Yeah,
like legit
pass away.
And I wonder. Honestly, it would be really impactful if one of the students at the school.
But who else is going to know? I mean, we have to have someone else.
We'd have to have somebody else find out.
Yeah. Well, we're going to open up the chat to questions for us, personal or relating to the show, whatever you like. Obviously, the rule is don't be a dick. So, pretty simple. Let's see. Just a little fun thing while we wait for that, if it happens. Who do you ship in the show? Who do you ship? What's your ship?
Do you want the joke ship or do you want the like actual ship?
Both.
Okay, my joke ship was always All Might and Heal Girl, the
recovery girl.
The recovery girl.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know.
When she kisses you, it makes you feel so good.
Yeah. No, my real ship, my favorite ship, I would say. I mean, there's a couple people that I think, like, ultimately down the line I see getting together. I see Earphone Jack and Electric Guy getting together.
Yep.
They just, I don't know, that works. They're, like, animation style similar. I don't know, they look like they'd have
and
good
it's
kids.
like electricity, headphones.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like,
what?
Look, when in doubt, I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means? No. Put it in the butt. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah. When in doubt, put it in the butt.
I think that probably I see what's his name? The accelerator legs. Gosh, I forget his name
why it's not Shizuya. No, that's different.
I think him and the woman who can generate.
Oh. Yeah, I could see that. Very, very tactical people.
Because with his speed, he can utilize the tools that she creates.
Yeah.
And with his speed, he can also protect her. That sort of thing. Like I try to think of like whose abilities would most like sync together. If I were like a creator of this show, I'd be wanting to like take people whose powers would sort of work well together, and I think that they would combine. I just can't see where Grapehead Boy is going to be. Never, ever. He's going to be single forever. Please just keep that.
He's going to be like the leader of like modeling agency.
You know what I think though? Like
he's going to be like a promoter of a club or something.
It feels like he's that one kid in school that never went through puberty. And then at some point, he's like, there's going to be some sort of like time
at age
skip.
19.
There's going to be a summer time skip at some point, just like they do in One Piece, where they have like the 1 year off and they come back and they're all super powerful. There's going to be a like summer time skip where he comes back and he's just like jacked, like he's like this big dude. He's like, hey ladies, he's just like.
But he's still going to be like.
He's still as pervy as ever, but he just looks good now.
Yeah. Does that make it worse or better?
I think it makes it worse, honestly. You? Who do you ship?
Suchan and Midoriya. I don't know why. I think it's because they're both green.
They both rock the green outfits.
They both rock the green outfits. That's gonna be it.
I mean, we all know that Gravity Girl's like gunning for him, and they're always kind of like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know. I would love to see, like, it's really strange because like in Naruto, I wanted Naruto and Sakura to get together.
Yeah,
but like in this show, because I know that it's going to happen, like it's not guaranteed, but like it's like with Naruto and Sakura, you didn't quite know.
You didn't quite know, and then when Hinata was finally like entered into that realm, it was like, oh, that could work. And then it happened, you're like, I really like this.
Oh, I don't like it.
You don't like it at all?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to disagree on that then.
Yeah, so, no, not gonna have, but, no, I think, I don't know, and also, like, it'd be really cool to, like, it's never gonna happen, but have some weird turn of events where, like, creepy blood girl becomes good person and then wants to, like, gets really close and personal with Midoriya. Or Bakugo. Oh, that's the one.
Yes!
Yes! We figured it out. That's the straight.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's all we needed.
That's all we need.
That's all we
is
needed.
For her to turn to the good side because she's like,
she doesn't even have to go that
anymore.
good.
I like Bakugo because he's like hot.
She doesn't even have to go that good because it's Bakugo. She just has to go good enough.
Good enough for him to be like, hey girl, let me slide into those DMs.
Let's be honest, Bakugo doesn't slide, he just kind of explodes and is aggressive all the time. Someone disagrees with me, it's fine, I'm used to it. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, but where can people find you and what you're working on?
Well, the stuff that I'm working on isn't out yet because it's all in being written.
Great.
And stuff like that. So.
Excellent. Where can they follow you for when it is out?
At my Instagram handle,
which is,
oh man, I don't even remember. I think it's just my name.
I'll search it. If you follow us, it'll be on YouTube down there.
Put it on. Okay.
It'll be there. Well, you can find me at the Dan Red on Twitter, Instagram, the Twitch, which you're watching, but you're not watching. You're watching. You're not watching. Or you did. Thanks for watching twice.
It is the year 2259, and you are watching this video now.
Dude,
I just freaked out some people in the future. They have no idea. It's going to be great. They're going to be looking back at the archives that they've found in the YouTube ruins, and they pulled this up, and they're like, "Oh my God, they knew about this."
Bill, your mother's calling for you right now. You should go see what she wants.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see here. Yeah, so, the Dan Red, I play in a band called Boy Hero. You can check it out on Spotify, iTunes, whatever. Just search Boy Hero on any of those platforms. You'll be able to find it. We just put out a new single last week called Window Panes. Very excited about it.
It is very good.
Thank you. I didn't know you listened to it.
You sent it to me. I listened to it.
Wait, was
you sent me a clip, and then I found the full.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, dude. I can't. I'm sorry.
I do research.
He does.
On people.
It's not creeping. It's extensive research. But yeah, and then there's gonna be a lot of new stuff coming out next month. So please check that out. You good?
I'm good.
I'm good too. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next week. Next week. Well, does a Saturday work better for you than a Sunday work better for you? Let us know. Should we give them like a day to watch it, or should we just be like, no, fuck you? You're not a real fan.
It's totally up to you. You're not dedicated. We were sitting there waiting for it to drop at 12:01 a.m.
All right. Bye guys. Tell us in the comments, give us a like and a subscribe. That's for the YouTube thing. We do that afterwards. But thank you. Thank you. Go press the bell. Find it on YouTube and do that. Okay. Bye. And then YouTube. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. I don't know when I turn into Barack Obama, but
you are. Now you want to be subscribed to this channel.
Now you are subscribed. And
to this channel. We're gonna end this bit. Say goodbye.
Say goodbye. And we will see you next time.
Next week.
Bye.